following movie is rated R.
Hello and welcome to Mutant Year Zero, The Replacements. Thank you for joining us as we try to survive the wasteland. If you're new, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Also, be sure to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment so we know how we're doing. Thank you, and welcome to Mutant Year Zero. All right. Where we left off, you had basically recovered all of your items and everything that... everything was there. They didn't take anything with them. They dropped it all when they ran. These young zone ghouls, as best you can tell. You did pick up a little bit of loot from them, actually, because they even dropped their own stuff. There was some knives, a couple scrap pistols, scrap rifle, and some rations of water. If you look back in the chat, you can see that. Biggest thing I want to note is at the start of every game, depending on how many mutations you've got or animal powers you have, you get to add one mutation or animal power point per mutation or animal power. So if you've got one mutation, right now you need to go to your character sheet and add one mutation point, because at the start of every game you get the number of mutation points are equal to what your mutations are, if I didn't get that too confusing. So make sure you go in and add your mutation points for the start of the game. I will most likely forget to tell you most sessions on that, so make sure you're kind of policing that on your own to add your mutation points in there. One big change that I wanted to try is the little coins that are above your characters. You should see a radioactive symbol with a 2 in it. Those are bennies. Basically, if I deem a character is role-playing really, really well, or comes up with a fantastic idea, or just does something really, really cool, I will give that character a Benny. Also, in this case, the 2 bennies are for the 2 canceled games that I had to cancel on you at kind of short notice, and I apologize for that. But they're... for sure successes. Okay, that's you can spend that and it gives you 1 success. You can even roll your normal attack or whatever it may be, and let's say you fail, you can say, okay, nope, I just wiped that clean. Here's a Benny coin, a golden ticket for my 1 success, and we just ignore the rolls altogether. You cannot stack bennies. You can't put, like, I've got 4 bennies. I'm going to put 4 down for 4 successes or anything like that. It's simply to get you 1 success when you're in a pinch and you've failed your rolls, and maybe you don't want to take the temporary damage or something like that. So that's all that Benny is good for. Also, you cannot have more than 5 at one given time. So make sure you're spending them. I don't intend to be really, stingy with them. So 5 is the most you can have. Spend them every now and then. As far as where we were at, you had recovered your stuff, and it was basically nighttime was approaching fast, and you had to decide where you wanted to camp. Get my little tracker out here. Yeah, you were getting into nighttime, and we're going to need to bed down. So let's get to the map. I guess the decision needs to be made. Do you want to stay in this square, or do you want to go somewhere else to, you're going to have to travel at night if you're going to go somewhere else to set up your camp?
I elect for not staying in the same zone where this incident happened. I don't know about you guys.
Probably a good idea. Anybody else have any? Go ahead,
I'd
Melissa.
definitely like to tuck in for a bit.
Okay. You want to move out of this hex though, so you're not right where you had a showdown with some folks.
We did fire off a lot of shots. We probably would attract attention.
Could be.
Fair.
All right. So it sounds like you're going to move. So Remy, go ahead and give me a find the path and show me which way you want to go.
If I recall correctly, you said the kids were running west.
West, directly west.
We are going to go north.
Okay.
Because last time we visited water, it was radioactive. Not a huge fan of that.
Not a fan.
Don't need that kind of tan.
Oh, could wait? Yeah, can I roll Inspire to help him out?
Yes, we may have to talk about that if that gets a little too much, where we're just getting all kinds of successes. We may have to talk about that. That Inspire is something that we have to watch closely because it is significantly overpowered if it gets out of hand. So, for now, yes,
Fair
you can roll it.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got one success coming at you already.
With the map and the compass, I think that's a grand total of 5. I think the compass is 2 and the map is 3, or is it the other way around?
Oh boy. Artifacts. The map that you got gives you a +2, I think. I can't remember what I told you, but we'll go with the 2. And the compass is a +2 gear bonus, so a total of +4.
Gotcha. Oh,
And
yeah,
that's what I mean right there. You know, when you guys get some gear and then you're already at +4 dice there. If you're loading up your skill heavy, then you add Inspire on top of it. It can get kind of ridiculous.
Well, I needed it.
Yeah, you.
That's a lot of 3.
Yeah, but you got 2 successes in there with the Inspire. That's 3 successes.
Hey,
So-
you know what? I'm gonna take it because one's going towards check and rot.
No rot in this zone.
Hooray!
Okay.
We're gonna be bedding down here, and I think the threats. I don't think there are any threats here. Yeah.
Not that you see anything that's significant.
All right. Well, then let's look for an artifact.
Okay. Artifacts, nothing. On this
Okay.
one.
So 1 6 and that's 2. So okay. So that's the everything spent.
Okay. So let's see here. Make sure this is. Okay, can everybody see?
Yep.
Very limitedly.
Me.
Yeah, because you don't have any torches or anything. It's you need to tell me what you want to do there as far as making fire or whatever. Basically, what you've got is to over here, and behind you over here, you've got some small hills. So you're kind of in a kind of a protected pocket in between all those hills at this point. As you came in out this way, there were some trees also just before the hills. Feel free to move around the map, and I can drop a torch if you want to light one. I just need you to mark it off your sheet. I think you got a couple left still. But just let me know if you want one.
Well, if that would be completely blind. So yes, I'll open up one.
Okay.
Hover around your-
I suppose that you could also start a bonfire in the middle, but
I want to look around first and determine whether that's a good idea.
I gotcha.
Well, yeah, enough cover for one.
And there's your torch.
And these are like the large hills
Oh,
that
I
we're in
got-
between.
Yeah, I gotta make this where you guys can all pick it up here. Control players, save. There you go. Now everybody can move the torch. And feel free if somebody wants to just grab the torch and kind of just move it around the map. You all ought to be able to see kind of which is rather than moving everything.
These are shrubs or trees?
Shrubby trees. Non-discriminate trees.
Are these darker parts elevation or?
Yeah, they're like kind of flat on the top. They are hills. But they're
they-
like literally where you're standing at the bottom of them, you can kind of see the top of them. I mean, they're not tall at all. Enough where if you crouch down, they provide cover. And would certainly kind of help protect direct light from a fire or something. But people are still going to probably see a glow from behind them, you know.
Probably better than nothing.
Didn't mean to steal your torch. There we go.
You've.
Decisions.
I mean, it seems like a nice little place to dig in.
It's not the best, but it'll do. I prefer a building over anything else.
I mean, we do have that like the shrubbery, little bit of tree cover. Might be able to do something there.
I don't have any kind of actual speed. Get out of here, character sheet. How big are these trees / shrubs?
They're over your head. Probably definitely taller than the hills. So if you were to get on top of one or climb it, you could get an extra probably 15 feet elevation.
I don't really want to be between a bunch of areas we can't see at. But these hills aren't that tall. The trees are taller, so I'm gonna say best bet maybe right here. Stomps the ground a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to build a fire, or are you gonna go a cold camp, or how are you gonna work it?
What's the weather like right now?
Things are warming up. It stays pretty cool in the evenings. It gets down to maybe, 50s, so it can get a little chilly. But your days are normal now. You're kind of headed into summer at this point.
Well, we can't keep a torch lit all night, but we do. If we start a campfire, we probably have people looking for us, so that would be a sure sign of probably something not to do. So, I also don't want to be snuck up on. Nothing you guys can see in the dark, can you?
I can't see in the dark. Be cool if I could, though.
Be nice.
Sorry, I had to step away for a sec.
That's all right.
Bink, bink, bink. So we're digging in over here around the trees.
I think
I'd
we
say
might be
so.
able to make a blind so that at least the glow isn't super noticeable. I can't do much about the smoke though. Make it a small fire.
Yeah, just like enough to keep us kind of warm, I'd say.
Okay. We got like a watch set up.
Yeah, you'll need to set up a watch probably.
Yeah, we're gonna need probably at least 2 people per. So I'll take the first one.
All right,
Okay.
I'll be on the first with you since I did kind of ditch last time. Y'all get some
Ready?
sleep.
Okay, first watch. That's going to be Scars and Arch second.
I'm fine with guarding second. And giving watch second.
And then we'll maybe roll a dice for the other two and see how they're going to split off there. So who all has some damage, and who was notating their food, because you're going to need to take in, if you've got 4 points of damage, you got to take in 4 rations of food plus 1 for your regular daily ration. So we're going to need to mark off some food here.
Okay. So, because I have 2 points of damage, I would need to take 3.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I'm going to do that now and revert back to no damage, right?
Yeah, if that's what you got, eat that, and then
Awesome.
drink off of water also. You got to take a food and water. That's standard for every day, and then any damage you got to take water. If that's agility, I think is what does water, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So
No
gotta,
idea.
Yeah.
Yes, it's agility for water, food for strength.
Okay.
So if I have 3 strength and 2 agility, I need like 4 food and 3 water to be able to heal all that and be good.
Yes, that
Yes.
sounds right.
Got you. And I've been taking that out of like my portion of the cart rations and the notes. Is that good? We had that divvied up by person, right?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. 15.
So, who else needs that's got you taken care of? Who else is going to need some extra food?
I'm alright.
Not get hurt.
No injuries there. Okay.
Oh, for the 1 damage on my scrap axe, is that something that can just be passed over to Mechanic Man, or is that like a permanent thing on the weapon? I think it was damaged and repaired a couple times over, and we left off with it still damaged.
Yeah, they failed the roll, didn't they? I think if I remember right.
I trust your judgment. I didn't put that in the notes.
And let's see. Anna's not here. Let me just do a roll for Anna, and we'll see if it can get fixed. We'll say that conditions have improved here. There you go. It's fixed.
Bless. Okay.
All right. That's got that. So let me check. Scars, you've got 1, 2, 3 points of damage, it looks like. So 4 food for you. Do you have 4 on your person? Looks like you do. Well, nope, you only got 3. So you'll have to use some of the group's food there that you confiscated. You want me to go ahead and move you to 0, or do you want to just take it out of the group's total? May have lost him. I'm gonna say takes it out of the group. So we had 71, and who's used how much out of each out of the group so far?
I've been dipping in. I think we had it split like 20 food, 20 water a piece on the carts, right?
That sounds right. And then did you just add that to your character? Show it on your consumables?
That's
Yeah,
what I
I've been
did.
sitting at 6 food and 6 water, and I've been taking it out of the notes. So I've used 5 of the cart food and 4 of the cart water.
Gotcha. Okay. He's got that listed down here too. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 4 out of there, leaving 15. Got in there food. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Okay. So you are. What was the last decision? You're going to do a campfire then?
Small fire, yeah. And if we can, I'd like to set up a blind to block the light in at least a direction, preferably blocking it from the south west.
I think that's a pretty cool idea. Does anybody have hunt or scout? Probably could use either of those.
I'm not very good at hunt or scout. What about anyone else?
I mean, I could try. Hunt is specifically a hunter skill, which I don't think we have this time.
Nobody's got it?
Don't think so.
And try to use scout for it.
Somebody's got it. Go ahead and roll that. Nice. Yeah, so you build a little blind that cuts down on the light from the fire pretty easy. Make it a little harder for somebody to spot it.
I like our little camp. Cozy little spot.
Okay. And let's see. We'll put scars on. Our scars has already picked second shift. We'll put. How about we put Cherry on first? And Anna on second. We're still missing somebody there. Who are we missing? Chronicler Thorn. They're not here either, are they?
I'm here.
Oh yeah, they're okay. Chronicler Thorn. Will you want first or second shift?
I'll take second shift.
Okay. Most excellent. All right. And I assume everybody's going to kind of gather around and be in this kind of general vicinity.
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and because I'm doing the second shift, should I do the scout roll now or?
No, we'll do it when we get to the second shift.
Okay, got it. I was just wanting to see if we were at the second shift or not, and I just wasn't paying attention.
It's going to be a slightly abbreviated night, but you'll get enough rest to get done what you need to get done. And that's heal up.
Will do. Like with my empathy and stuff, because that's really the only thing I have damage in now. With the fact I ate the food and the water.
Okay. Hold it. Now, did you say you needed help updating that?
No, I've already updated my
Okay. Yeah,
strength.
Yeah, you've got
I
that
just
all
forgot
taken.
how you heal empathy.
Okay. Oh, you don't. Empathy is sleeping,
Oh, okay, perfect.
I believe, isn't it?
No idea.
Wits is sleeping. Empathy.
I haven't
Check
got it.
real
I
quick.
haven't got it on here yet.
Empathy.
Do you guys just want to make it kind of simple and just say it's also sleeping?
Well, there's a rule for it specifically.
Yeah. Each type of damage requires certain things to heal. I'm pretty sure that's the sleep one because the empathy is hanging out with your buddy time.
Yeah, basically. A moment of closeness with another mutant. It can be a talking by the campfire, a moment of shared silence, or physical contact. So
Yeah.
something somebody does to make you emotionally feel better, basically.
So,
Which
Fair.
could be easily solved by just hanging out with people and, sleeping near them and everything else.
yeah, so we don't really worry too much about that one because that's an easy one. You're already in a group, and we figure everybody kind of takes care of each other. So,
Okay.
all right, maybe an hour because when you get there and you get set up, you're already about 4 hours into the night because you had to travel at the start of nighttime, and you're hearing noises that are bothersome, and the dog is Junkyard is it seems to be a bit on edge. Um, Junkyard is kind of whining and doing a lot of pacing, and it every now and then will look off into the night and give a little growl. When you know you're starting to notice this, you hear something give a quite a growl, and then kind of a horrific scream, and it sounds pretty close. What do you want to do?
This is during first shift.
Yep. That scream was actually bad enough that it probably woke everybody up. It's sounded close, like within 200 yards.
Can we tell general direction?
The screech came from this direction.
Got you. Mm.
They tried.
Back it up, boys. Well, I'll go ahead and move out in front a bit. Is there like a roll to see if I can like peek out and see anything in the distance?
You can make a scout roll and see if you see anything.
All right, I'm just come a little bit out of these trees, and so you and you.
I'm also going to. Oh, I should not still have the torch. That would be well beyond out by now.
Okay, so are you taking a torch with you out here to kind of this line here?
I wasn't intending to, as I'm trying to be sneaky, and it's real hard to be sneaky in a night with a torch.
Does make it hard, doesn't it? Okay, so you're just kind of sneaking out to the edge of the fire.
I'm going to be going like say here-ish, like still trying to use the tree shrubbery as cover, looking around, seeing what I see in that direction.
I'm just sticking behind my boy.
Okay. As you're moving out around kind of these and get in between here, Remy, you see the glint off some eyes that looks to be maybe 100 yards out.
Like a pair of them low to the ground, or
Yeah, it's really low to the ground. Looks like an animal of some kind. It has that green kind of cast when freaky, you shine it at your dog and the dog looks like a hell dog,
yeah, one of those. Okay.
As you're kind of spotting that, and you're looking at these eyes, and you're kind of trying to focus, and what am I looking at? All of a sudden, you see, you're kind of, as you're staring and looking, you're kind of seeing the outline of something about the size of a Great Dane, and it looks to be laying on the ground. And all of a sudden, you see a dark shape come up behind it, and grab it and yank it out of your vision as it tears off in the darkness, and you kind of hear gravel and stuff as it's being pulled, that body's being yanked away.
Ain't that terrifying?
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Just in general, that's fine.
Did seem like it was time for a vacation. Let's leave. Oh boy.
All right, make a scout roll.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Remy, you are right here. You you're standing there and kind of looking and trying to decide when you catch something moving around the base of the hill there. And it's crouched. It was moving very silently towards you. And it was kind of like you caught a little bit of sound, and you heard it, and then you caught into your peripheral vision, you saw a little bit of movement, and it's kind of coming out of the darkness, and actually looks let's see, how do you do that? Is it S? Can't remember how you do that. Let's see here. We roll 20. I don't remember how to make a token large so you can see it.
Oh,
I think that's
crap.
it's like Shift Z,
Shift Z, that's it, isn't it? No,
either Shift Z or Control Z
Control Z, maybe. No,
after you have it selected.
Shift Z. Oh, you gotta have it selected. There it is.
What
Oh,
in
hot
the
damn.
hell is that?
Hard
That-
pack.
That looks great.
What's the size here? What's the scale?
Slightly larger than a normal human by probably 6 inches, but not as beefy. It's kind of, you saw it was sort of spindly.
Is Lee aware of this yet, or is it still just Remy?
Well, Remy's probably trying to decide if he wants to piss himself or not, you know.
That is an accurate description.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm just staying back with the others, making sure nothing, comes up behind you guys.
Given
Yeah.
that Remy is not used to being out in this, Remy's probably trying to decide what they want to do as far as run or just shiver.
I kick it in the face and try to run.
Okay. It is close enough that just a quick hop, skip, and a kick, and then go is okay. So go ahead and move yourself into what's the word I'm looking for? Into
Initiative?
proximity with it,
Okay.
and then give me your kick.
We are attacking.
Go ahead and move your token into proximity with it.
Oh, you've got a grid on, so I can't.
Oh,
like
just hold Alt. Yep, hold Alt and it can move it.
I mean, I kind of guessed the point across, regardless. They are close. There we go. At a +2 to fight while doing this because of weapon specialists. Up. No gear dice because it's my feet. Rolling.
Okay. Boom. Okay.
Second success is for knocking it down.
Gotcha. I like it.
Just knock it over, and we are going to run that like crazy.
Open the door! Kick! Break! We are leaving!
This reminds me of that one fucking video of the two hunters, and they're out in some field, and they just suddenly get jumped by like a raccoon, and they just run.
So that armor was worthless,
Good.
and that means I'm going to take. What's your base damage on that, Remy?
1.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
It's a very confident one, though.
Yes.
Well, it's the knockdown that's the good move there on his part. Okay, so go ahead and make a full move wherever you want to go. And this one is on the ground.
25 feet back towards the group. So, zoom.
All right, and then let's go ahead and do our initiative.
Give me 1 second. I gotta go for.
Initiative. Oh crap! I have to click the guy.
That's all right. We can add it. I mean,
Cool.
Is this everyone or just the two who are awake?
it's everybody. Yeah, it's everybody. I messed up and didn't have my guy on here either. How is it that you add him to the turn thing by clicking on add turn? There we go. Boom. Love it. That's awesome. Let's see. We need to roll for yeah. Cherry, Anna, Mutt. So many people missing. It's a bummer.
You said I could manually add my 5 to the turn.
Should be able to, yeah.
Ready.
You should be able to click on the turn and get your guy added. But
Wait.
You can literally change the number
yeah.
after it's in the.
You're right. Okay. I rolled a 5 first, so I'll stick with that. I just did it wrong.
I forgot what I'm supposed to add onto my thing for initiative.
It's your
agility.
It's your agility.
Yeah, your agility.
Oh, it's agility?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Do that.
There we go.
Second. Now roll. Wait. Sorry,
okay.
I'm tired and I don't really know what I'm doing.
That's all right. If you look in the middle of your dice pool area, there'll be a little button that says initiative. You'll click that.
Yep.
And then we add our agility score.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Then I would be math 7. Yeah.
I hate math.
Math sucks. It's stupid.
Okay. What am I missing here? There we go. I got Cherry. I gotta get Hannah. And I think I may have already rolled for him, but I'm gonna roll it again. Okay, Anna is 3 plus 6. Wow. 9. Yeah, everybody's going to move before me.
Yeah, probably.
It's usually that's usually what happens to me. I don't. It's rare that it's inevitable that my armor never works, and I usually have chunks of it flying off my bad guys. It's like I don't know who makes their stuff, but they need to stop buying from like Acme R plus armor. And it's rare that I win initiative. If I do,
No,
it's
not DMing, no complaints.
Pretty amazing if I win initiative. And I'm gonna tell you this in advance. I'll probably get really excited if it happens, and I'm sorry. It's not that I'm trying to kill you, trying to wipe out your characters or anything. It's just I'm excited that I actually won an initiative at some point.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, we got to sort this bad boy here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Remy with the 4. That's not. Is that your total?
No, it's not. I forgot to add my.
Oh, okay. I was like, that can't be right. There we go.
I have now added it.
All right, so Cherry would go first. Cherry would probably ask, "What's going on, Remy?"
Thing? I don't know what it is. Shoot it!
Where? We can't see it.
Points in that general direction.
Okay. So what do you? I mean, we've only just started, but do you think Cherry would kind of rush over to the sea, or
I'm trying to remember which person that was because we had 3 new people and I'm bad with names.
we have a pretty.
That's fair.
Who was Cherry?
Was that
That's
the
the
repair
fourth. The tower. The tower. The tower fourth is what his handle is. But
Were they the one with the axe?
yes.
They seemed really happy about using said axe. So I'm willing to bet that they would use said axe.
All right. Yeah, they.
Off I go killing again.
All right.
Again.
So they'll get about here probably.
So yeah, like
If you hold the Alt key when you place your token, you can bypass the grid, so it doesn't snap you to your grid. Okay, Cherry can't see anything, so now we go to Anna. Anna's not here either. Anna will probably move over here and go, oh, hello, we got somebody on the ground here. That means I get bonuses to hit. And got a scrap axe here, so somebody roll me. Let's see, what's the scrap axe dice here going to be?
I got you, King.
Roll me off your dice pool. Roll me 4 base dice, 3 skill dice, and a gear dice.
Boink.
Oh,
You're welcome.
and I didn't even give you the bonus 2 for being on the ground. So go ahead and roll me 2 more dice. Go ahead and put them in the green skill.
Okay. So roll it 4, 5, and 1 instead.
Yeah, just roll 0, 2, and then 0. So 0 base dice, 2 skill, and 0 gear dice to roll the extra 2. Then okay, so nothing there. It's on the ground, so you can't knock it down. What do you want to do with your 2 stunts? Don't say damage, please. Don't say damage, please. Don't say damage.
Am I doing it for them?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you pick what you want to do.
All right, teaching moment. What the hell do you do other than extra damage?
Okay, so there are some cool things you can do with your skills on some of the successes. If you look under your skill over in your little journal on the right, it's like a little newspaper. You click that, and you can see your fight, which is what was used. Okay, and you can see the stunts, and it'll tell you what you can do with each of those extra successes that you roll. So the first success gets you the base damage of the weapon, and you've attacked successfully. Any additional 6s, you can do additional damage. You can knock them down. You can knock something out of their hand, or you can hold them. In this case, you can grab them and hold them because you're doing a fight damage. But that right there, were you able to find it?
Yeah. So since I have the 2 successes, I can choose 2 stunts.
Correct.
All right, big bet. For the first one, do they have any weapons, or is it straight claw?
No, they're rocking some big claws and big pointy fangs.
Okay, so definitely doing the grapple thing to try to hold him in place since Lee is right behind him. I guess just grapple really hard.
Okay.
Or 1 point of extra damage. I don't know.
It's on the ground. It'd be easy to grapple it if you want. But do you think that's what Anna would do, or would Anna just beat it with the axe?
I don't know. I feel like probably beat it to death with the axe, but it sounded like there was some juiciness to the character.
Yeah.
The enemy.
I'm gonna say probably in this case just gonna go ahead and just put that all to damage, okay?
All right, big bet.
And you'll kind of understand why I'm kind of hedging your bet there a little bit, okay? You'll understand in a minute.
I trust.
So that's going to be 3, 4, 5 points of damage. That ends that one. Well, I guess I do get to roll my armor. Yay! I got 3 points. of armor left. Yeah, like I thought. I really don't understand why I even bothered trying. That was kind of stupid on my part.
The 3 5s is pretty insulting.
Yeah, it's like taunting me. You thought you were going to get a 6. All right. Lee,
Yeah.
what you want to do, Lee?
All right, so little homie is still alive.
This one is dead. This one
Okay.
right here
Oh,
has been dispatched with great
you
vigor.
prejudice, great prejudice.
Yeah,
It
yep.
shall be cleansed in holy fire.
Exactly.
All right, so movement of 30 or 20,
25.
25. Okay.
You can
let's-
double move if you want, or you can move and shoot, essentially.
So what we're working on here,
Oh, wait, chair's here.
because I got a bit of an idea if it's more than. Okay, cool. So for the insect wings buzzing, does that affect friendlies?
No, I'd say you can direct that.
Okay, because that could do a point of doubt to a number of persons equal to MP spent. Okay.
Oh, there's always that little bit, isn't there?
Yeah, okay. You know, we can still work with that. Okay. Do I want to? We're gonna play a little ballsy. We're gonna play a little ballsy.
Oh yeah, this is ballsy.
I'm gonna pull both of my MP to hit both of these goobers up front with the buzzing wings doohickey.
Okay. So
Very scientific term.
go ahead and click off your 2 MP, mark those off, and then I need 2d6 rolled. For every
Okay.
MP you spend, you've got to roll a d6. You don't want a 1. If you roll a 1, you've had a misfire of your mutation.
Okay. So if I just do all Z, or I guess what, 2 base
Over here, if you go over here on the left, there's a little d20, and you can see it. When you click on that, it'll give you options to roll however many dice. Perfect. Oh, and you got
That's
a
the
1.
one.
Holy. All right.
You know, you need to
So
roll
roll
one more.
another 1d6.
First use of the insect wings.
We have the worst luck with mutations. I don't get this. It's really
Number
kind of
4.
All right.
What's that
What's
one?
happening, Remy?
The mutation locks down after this use. You cannot use it again for the rest of this session.
Okay, so no
Ah,
insect wings after. That's not a bad one. Out of all the ones you can get, I'd take that one all day. Other than if you had rolled a 6, that's like it supercharges, but it does not affect as far as the effect still happens. You just after it's done, your wings are tired or something, and you're not going to be able to use them again because you buzzed them too much or whatever. But yes, you affect point of doubt on each of these here. Okay.
And does that takes the action of the turn, right?
Yes, that is your action. Correct. That's essentially an attack. So, all right, you've moved and you've acted.
Cool beans.
Mutt will probably try to move into a position where he can see. Let's see here. And the dog will move over here, I think. Oh, and do we see? Oh, just out of it. Okay. So that's it for Mutt. Remy, your turn again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I don't see anyone.
Want to hold your action?
We're gonna pull out my gun or my rifle, and if we see one of those little creatures come around, we're gonna try to shoot at it. But
Okay.
for the time being, I don't see anything.
Okay. Mr. Chronicler, what would you like to do?
I would like to go around this way pretty much and try and see if I can see any more of those weird creatures they were talking about. You know, make sure that none's stalking us.
Okay, so you can get there, or you can make a double move and get around the bend and get all the way around here if you'd like.
I would do that, but I can't see because I don't have a torch.
Is the torch all the way gone? It probably would have burnt out, yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm just
Okey-dokey.
gonna pretty much stay here with my scrap pistol out. You know, ready to shoot if any try and jump on me or anything. I don't know what these things are gonna do.
All right. Sounds
Really, what
good.
they look like.
You're holding your action there. All right.
Pretty much.
It's my turn. These would be
Oh,
moving
no.
in and out of the darkness there.
Oh, I guess we lost one.
It was good knowing you guys.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Oh
Good
no!
Shit.
Oh, there's. Oh, I am scared for my life. I am by myself.
It's fine. Pure
Oh.
force of will. We got this shit, all right?
Don't worry. I rolled high, apparently.
Okay. Let's see here. Over here, Lee, you got two of them that are chomping at you here.
Ain't nothing.
Does my held action go off?
Yes, if you'd like, you can act before they do.
Shoot.
I would also like to do that now with the one that is currently closest to me.
All right, sounds good. Let's see what you get. Let's go with Remy first. Remy, who are you going to engage? The closest one right here? Or this one over here?
We're gonna go with this one.
Okay.
Right, because my shoot skill isn't crazy on this character. Still got a hit.
Okay.
Better
that's,
than nothing.
that's a base damage of
2.
2. Fantastic. Let's see what we get here. Wow, I blocked one. Unflippin' believable. It's unbelievable, man. It's just unbelievable.
Fake
I
news.
don't like their name.
You don't like it?
Spawn.
That it just sounds creepy.
Well, that's kind of the intent.
Fair point. Fair point. I'm gonna do my roll now to shoot the one
Yes.
that's just up in my face.
I'm hopeful that you have nightmares tonight.
Ain't that great?
All right, so you got a good hit here that does 2 points of damage. Let me see if I can get my armor to work for me again. No whammies, no
These
whammies, no
fools.
whammies. Yeah, I blocked one, but I lost a point. That sucks.
You could take a whammy or two. It'd be okay.
Oh,
Just a couple.
yeah. Yeah.
This is
The
not
creature
good.
just self-immolates on accident.
Get rid of the bullet now.
Okay. Any other held actions that can go? Actually, Mutt can, now that I think about it. So somebody roll. Boom. Give me 5 base dice, 2 skill dice, and 1 gear dice.
How many base dice?
5 base, 2 skill, 1 gear.
There you go.
Oh! Take that, you ornery thing. Back, you terrible beast, back. Oh! Well, let's see. How many points did that do? That does 2. Yeah, he ain't having none of that. Junkyard's like, hey, hey, hey! No, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is fun.
All right, so let's go ahead and do Lee first for the attacks here.
I got this in the bag.
Oh!
What did I tell you about talking shit?
I'm just trying to be confident here. God.
What did I tell you about talking shit?
99 boys.
They have 6 base.
All right, what's happening?
All right, so that's the base is 2 points. I'm going to use 1 to knock you down.
Right.
So 2, 3, 4 points of damage you've got to absorb.
Munched it. Hating life.
You know how to get your armor dice?
I think so. I have leather armor.
It's worth probably 3 or 4.
It says AR1 max 1. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, you're the one that
armor
got
rating-
the armor. Yeah.
Armor rating of 1 max.
So you
just have
you roll
armor.
one gear dice. Oh, good lord, I'm sorry. And I
And it explodes.
and I flat ripped it right off you.
We're just gonna die, okay? This is gonna be a TPK.
Oh my gosh.
Dear God.
No, it's fine. Listen, I'm taking up some of their time. That's all you guys.
So does that's 4 points of damage. What's your strength?
5. So I have
There are
1
fucking
left.
15 of these things.
I'm not dead yet, but that was just the first guy, right?
The other guy's attacking you too, and
all right.
It's gonna be.
You have no more armor, so that's gonna go through.
Yeah, that's 2 points of damage. So here's the D66. Oh,
that is dangerously close to 60.
Yeah.
53. Let me go pull the sheet up. I get the feeling I'm gonna need it a lot. Let's see here.
55 and 56 are the only ones that are immediately lethal, so we've got a little bit of time, I guess.
Crushed. Oh my gosh!
53 is crushed face.
Fuck.
No,
he's a cocky bastard.
Roll D6, and that's how many hours left you have to live until you fix it.
Okay.
How do you fix your face?
Someone heals you.
Okay.
6
hours. 6 hours left.
It's looking good. It's looking good. A whole 6 hours to live.
Yeah, you're gonna live after this fight.
You just might not have a nose.
Hey, it's a battle feature. Yeah.
Yeah.
A true tragedy.
You know what they say? Chicks dig scars.
Absolutely. All right.
Is this karma for killing those kids?
Does that
I need to exit out of roll 20 for a second. Give me a minute.
That's fine. I'm attacking. I gotta attack Anna and Cherry, neither of who are here. So,
well, no, Cherry's
I'm not there. No, she's asleep. She's sleeping. She's snoring.
So Anna, let's see. Anna has some armor.
Anna
Yes,
can go.
leather also. Only leather. How did we end up with just leather armor, people?
I don't know. I have tire armor.
Oh, rips the armor clean off of her too.
What?
Oh,
trying to get herself killed?
Most of us weren't able to get tire armor, if you recall correctly.
Why?
It wasn't available.
That's right. I remember that now because they were busy gearing up, weren't they?
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So 1 point of damage, or no? What's the base damage on that? It's 2, isn't it? So 2 points to Anna. All right. Cherries. Gonna get hit. A miss. Completely misses Cherry. Okay, now Chronicler.
I'm just that good.
Chronicler Thorn. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So three
I
points of
can't
damage.
Yeah.
Roll your armor.
Give me a second. Everything's still loading.
No problem. Don't forget about your bennies.
Oh, yeah. We do have the golden tickets. I'm gonna use one.
Are these like rolls, extra rolls?
No, it's were you not here for the it's an automatic
Oh,
success. You can only have 5 at
oh,
a
Yeah.
time, and
Do I just click remove? Removed?
for the token, if you're going to use a token,
Yeah.
well, first of all, what are you using it for? Because you used your held action already.
To defend. Not
Okay.
defend. To for my armor. Can I do that?
Oh, for your armor roll? Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
to automatic.
Yeah, sure. So only
Okay,
take 1
awesome.
point. So what you do is click on the little token, and that should bring up it'll say golden ticket. You grab one and put it out on the table. Just drag it out to the to the map there.
It will not let me.
It won't?
Nope.
Well,
Unless if I'm doing.
let's check that out real quick. Golden ticket.
I'm supposed to like grab it from my name.
You click on the little hazmat symbol itself.
Ah, there we are. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you have to click on the one that's on your name, not on the bottom right of your screen.
Oh, sorry. All right, so that gives you 1 point defended against, and that means you only take 1 point of damage.
Awesome. That's
to your
better
strength.
than all
Yep.
that other stuff.
Skarsgård coming in heavy. What you want to do?
So what kind of intent? Obviously, there's a level of hostility, but is it like guards approaching someone who they plan to subdue kind of hostility, or just like I'm running full tilt at you, going to take you down hostility?
They appear to be not friendly at all. This is not a. This looks like you are food.
That's just great.
I see.
I see. I see.
Awfully offensive to people that are currently food.
This is not fun.
Sorry.
It's fine. Scars is just going to eat all of them. Nothing but faith.
We already have one guy.
Tap 1, use fleet-footed.
Okay. Where are you going to go and kill one of my guys now?
I would actually like to pick up. I would like to pick up Lee actually, and leave.
Okay. I think you can get there in your fleet-footed, can't you? That doubles your run, right? Yeah, that's 35 roughly. And that gives you an additional, what is that? 15 feet you can get away?
It flat out, yeah, doubles my movement. So
yeah.
It depends. Is picking up Lee an action?
That's
well?
going to be an action. Yeah, that's going to be your. I'm not going to make you roll for it to grab Lee, but that does burn your action, so you can't double move, like double move.
Right. Okay. Well, I am picking up Lee and bouncing off to the east.
East. Okay. Fantastic.
Damn, we're left behind.
That's good. Go. You can just right about there is good, or unless you want to go further north or whatever.
Okay. We'll just leave it right there.
Okay. You took my meal.
I'm a man.
Fly, you fools!
Fly.
All right. So let's see. We're back up to Cherry. Cherry is like, I don't like you right here. This is, unwanted advances. I'm not that kind of girl. No, I don't kiss on the first date. Scrap axe time. Oh, we're going to have to push that.
Mm-hmm.
Whackola. Damage 3. This one has not had... Oh, yep, already has a little bit of oomph to it. What are we going to end up with on the armor?
Please no successes.
Oops, that ain't right. How about we clear that off?
Out to agree.
No, he died. He failed.
Yep, you failed.
No.
Points.
Why?
Life is unfair in the wasteland.
Fair.
Man.
All
Fair
right,
point. Yes.
let's see here.
She has tire armor.
It's turn. I'm gonna have to switch headsets. My little batteries are dying in this one. So give me just a second here. I think we're good. All right, Anna's not here, so I accidentally rolled last time. Let's let somebody else do that. All right, this time it's going to be 2 base dice, 3 skill, and 1 gear.
2 base, you said?
Yep. 2 base, 3 skill, 1 gear.
Okay. Make them. Ooh. That's good.
Okay. That does a base of 2, 3. Oh. That's going to finish that one off.
Good.
All right.
Very good. Yay. There's one
There.
from the 15.
You say that like you're upset about that.
There are 15 of them. There are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And so far you've killed 2. I mean, you look like you're handling your biznats.
Fair
Like,
point.
2 of us are dying.
Super. Hey,
taking a
sometimes
nap.
blood has to be spilled to make, or you got to crack eggs or something like that to, make an omelet, whatever that thing is, however you say that.
Crack my own
You
skull.
know, that metaphor.
Yeah. I think you're supposed to be alive to have your omelet.
Blammo! 2, 3, 4. Oh, I should have let one of you guys roll that. Oh well. We'll keep the 4 points of damage because that's. Oh gosh, I don't have much armor left on that guy.
Have the bullet pierce through multiple
Good.
guys.
He's dead, I think. I hope.
That one's dead.
Yes.
Blammo!
I just realized that this is very unfair in terms of who's dealing with what. I have 10 of them just all staring me down.
Well, you are the
11.
one that walked over there all by yourself.
You do have an amazing point.
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Of your own
I am-
volition, on top of that. Like someone told you to go check out that area.
Remy, your turn.
Call out for everyone to run. As this is way too many. Just way too many.
That is a wonderful point. This is far, far too many.
It's
So
concerning.
he's gonna move.
It's
It's
a little concerning.
25, 30, or whatever it is, over in that direction. And unfortunately, he does not have quick arm, so he can't reload his rifle and fire it in the same turn. So he'll use his action to reload his rifle.
Okay. Reload.
And that's about it.
Okay. And it is now Chronicler Thorn's turn.
Okay.
Now, just so you know, you can attack and then move. You don't have to move and then attack. So
Yeah. I'm just trying to see how far I can move. I forgot where that is.
25 feet.
25 feet. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. I want to shoot the one in front of me again because that has the most amount of dice on it. Then fucking book it.
Yeah. This thing's like standing over you with spit coming out of its mouth. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Can I use the coin?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. I use the coin.
Okay. That is a success. What's the base damage of your weapon?
2.
Okay. Is that not working? There we go. I don't have
Now I run to here.
Okay.
That's around where it was, I think.
Yep, right about that square is good. Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
This is going great.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's fine. Just need a little Neosporin.
That'll buff right out.
Put some Vicks on it, it'll be fine.
Just a flesh wound.
Anybody got some Neosporin?
This is terrifying. I'm just being chased. I want to yell out to the others as I'm just being chased by these 10 fuckers. Just go, fucking run!
Behind you, it's just monsters.
Well, correction, it's 11.
Okay, Scars.
Wait, it's 11?
One's trying to jump on your back, and
Oh. 1, 2, 3,
this ought
4,
to be
5.
adorable.
What if these were kids too?
Well, I don't give a hot shit.
We're done.
Funny how nobody cares about it if they're monster kids.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked. We also killed spider babies.
Oh man, this thing flat misses you. All right, gonna attack Anna. Ooh, Anna's gonna take a hit.
Can the creature at least have its hands explode or something? What is this?
On his armor.
Yep, give a 1d6 armor roll.
1d6. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
I just heard d6 and just did that.
Yeah. Okay, Anna goes down.
That's not good.
It will be missed.
Oh. These have been getting
really dangerously close to insta-kill.
Internal bleeding. D6 minutes.
D6 minutes?
For time limit before death, yes.
This is... Yeah, this ain't
I don't think we're
good.
supposed to lose to these things, were we?
No, just have faith.
On the account that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them, minus the, 3 we've killed? I'd say we were supposed to run. Which is what I'm doing.
Ooh, Cherry's gonna take a hit.
Why me?
Roll your armor, Cherry, because you got 3 points of damage coming at you.
Let me see. I have tire armor. So I can. How do I use that?
What's the is it like rated at 4?
AR 2, max 2.
Okay, so put 2 gear dice
Total 2.
In your dice pool. Clear everything. Just put 2 gear dice and then roll it.
How's that?
Okay.
No.
Yep. So you're gonna take 3 points of damage. So you click
Can I
off 3
do a
points.
thing?
Uh,
Can I roll a token?
oh yeah, you can do a token, and then you'll only take actually it's 3 points. Yeah, so you'll take 2 points of damage instead. If you want to spend a token,
Oh.
you want to spend
Hold
one.
on then. It's gonna take 2 points. How much health do I have? Where's my health?
It's your strength.
Strength is. Oh, my strength's fine. Yeah. I'll put the token down.
Okay.
I'll take 2.
Okay, so 2 points of damage, and that's done there. Now, Chronicler Tom. This one is trying to get you, and see if we can get you knocked down. Nope. 2. Okay, roll your armor. You're only taking 2 points of damage.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, armor. Total 3. Updating gear dice. Roll.
So your armor's down to 2 points, and you take 2 points of damage.
Oh, hey. I have no strength.
Okay, so we're doing a D66.
Yeah, I'm on it. Oh,
55, good lord. Yeah.
55. Damage spine. Paralyzed from the waist down. Effect is permanent unless healed within the healing time. Not lethal.
Not
this is just gonna fully negate my mutation.
Wait, where in the spine though?
Right in the coccyx.
Right in the coccyx.
All right.
Okay.
So
don't I roll a d6 for the time?
No, this one is not lethal. It's
for the time required to heal it, so it isn't permanent though.
It's 4d6 for a heal time.
Okay. 4d6.
Yeah.
19.
So 19 days.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's good. Really wish I got those 6s back there on my
Skarsgård, what you gonna do? I'm sorry, what were you saying? I interrupted you. I apologize.
No,
what'd you say?
I was muttering to myself.
Oh, okay. Skarsgård, what, you with us still?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just trying to figure out whether I had my phone on push to talk or not. Let me double check. I believe that it says that you can use fleet-footed to just outright escape combat, but I'm not sure. Okay, it doesn't say that you can do that, but I can go from like arm's length to long in a single turn, so that should be good enough, I would think.
Yes, you can book, and I assume you're taking Lee with you.
Yes.
Okay.
No misfires on that.
Okay,
so
fantastic. All right, so before Cherry goes, there's this screeching noise, and from off in this direction here. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Up this way.
I don't see anything.
Can you see that ping right up here?
There it is. Yeah.
Right there. You see this screeching rocket come arching over everybody, and it's producing like a sonic, almost like a sonic attack. I mean, it's just, your ears are just ringing from this thing, and it detonates somewhere above here, and just creates a concussive explosion, and all of these things hit the ground and are writhing from apparently the noise. In fact, everybody in the group here, except for you, Skarsgård, because you're out of the area, and Lee doesn't take this. Well, Lee's already down, but anybody still standing has to take 2 damage to their, I think it's the wits. Let me look here. Yeah, 2 points of damage to wits. Does that...
Can I intimidate this missile?
No. Does that...
Missile
No,
lead.
you intimidated so bad it blew up. So, does that drop anybody? The 2
I'm
points of
all
wits?
around.
Okay. So,
Funnily enough, I think that actually would have dropped me if I was still there. Oh wait, no, it's wits. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
It would have
what-
dropped me again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down to 1 cherry.
So, Cherry, let's check Cherry to make sure that's not going to drop her. Anna is down. Okay, so Cherry turns, and coup de grace this one right here. Just stabbies it or shoots it right in the head while it's on the ground writhing.
Yeah.
Mutt and Junkyard take care of these two because they're on the ground writhing. Let's see. Remy, what do you want to do? These things are on the ground just writhing around.
Not my direct concern. This is the person who just got paralyzed, yes?
Yes.
We're gonna go try to go back, grab him, and just run.
Okay. You want to run back the way you came, or?
Yep. Go
right.
here, grab. I think I had 20 movement left, so back to here.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yep. Fantastic. Go ahead and we'll move here and here. Beautiful.
And just God, everything. Why?
All right.
Hi there.
Thorn, you're down. All right.
Am I technically unconscious? Wait, I'm unconscious, right?
Yep. These things
Okay, go.
book away from the direction that this thing came from. They are moving out at a high rate of speed. And unless somebody wants to pursue them, they continue to run.
Yes. Let's pursue them with our crippled, bleeding out, and almost dying friends.
Nobody wants to follow?
I move.
You know, shockingly, no.
Oh,
Really?
Not pursue.
I mean, I would, but you see, my fucking legs don't.
Nah, just rub some dirt into it. Let's go.
You know, really tempting to. Really tempting to go.
Legs don't work, you doofus. Okay.
Well, I'm currently paralyzed from the waist down, so no, they don't work.
All right, so we're out of combat then. These things boogie on out. And as you're kind of assessing things, you see a woman kind of come walking out of the darkness towards you. And she doesn't approach too close. She's kind of, stayed back, kind of giving you room in your space. But she yells, she says, "Does anyone need any help?"
Maybe.
I'd yell out, but I'm currently unconscious.
So that's going to be Skarsgård, Cherry, Remy, and Mutt. So basically, Mutt and Skarsgård, you guys need to make the decision if you want to engage with this person that's kind of walked out of the darkness.
No, she really just says, "I'm sorry, what?" I
I
can't hear
mean,
you.
am I? Because I'm at long range at this point. So am I even there?
You can, yeah. She's because she's staying back, 30, 40 feet also. So she's kind of hollering, and I'd say with your ears, you could probably hear, somebody hollering, and you heard the detonation and the explosion, and you could hear the screaming and writhing from these things, and then would have heard them bolting off. I mean, they were not trying to be quiet when they were leaving. But Yeah, she says, I can offer medical help, and you probably need to get under shelter. You can come with me, and I can help you out.
Lee gurgles again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got somebody who's bleeding to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cherry just picks up.
Every time you take
Yeah.
a step, it's like a squeeze bag. And you see a little more blood come out of Lee's mouth. Blah, 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 blah.
But wasn't there someone that had 6 minutes?
Yeah,
Hank?
it hasn't been 6 minutes yet.
Yeah,
But
she
No,
just
it's
picks
6 hours,
up.
isn't it?
But I got a timer
No.
working.
I bleed in the direction of the one with 6 minutes left.
This one, she just picks her up. I think she is very dying.
This one also needs help.
Okay, so you're gonna allow this person to come up?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I don't
They
like
did
the way
say it really wouldn't make too much sense to save us just
I-
to immediately kill us.
I trust that midriff.
Immediately kill us. What was the size up thing again?
And Shift Z, I think.
Shift C. Gotta have the stupid token selected.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was.
She's
There we are.
yeah. She's carrying some tools in a bag, and she says, I'm Ollie. Let me see if I can help. Probably, she's kind of assessing things, and she looks at Lee first, and says, go ahead and let me see Lee here. Lee is looking kind of rough. And let's roll that. Well, she doesn't know Lee's name, but she says, let me see him first. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna push that for
I don't trust her.
I can't push it.
Oh no.
I'm an NPC, I can't push it. Crap.
I would inspire, but I can't.
Yeah.
I'm
Ollie
drag.
says, can somebody come help me with this? I need some help on this one.
I got it. Drag. Once I realize his legs aren't working, I'm just gonna try to do my best carrying him.
Okay. It's like, would you
I
pick
will
up
go over and pick him up now
now.
that Lee is. There's no
Okay.
need to drag him. I'll help with that.
Okay, so we're all
It's
kind
like
of
in about
congregating
2
here.
seconds, about from hyperventilating.
Okay.
If I'm completely honest, I thought just Remy just fucking dropped into the car.
Okay, so
No,
Remy-
that's not right.
Remy, are you gonna do the heal roll?
We're gonna punch the golden tickets. I'm not fucking this up.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is probably what I'm gonna be saving it for future reference.
Okay. You can roll the dice, and if it doesn't work out, then spend the golden ticket.
All right.
I mean, that's up to you, because you've got Ollie's going to help, and then anybody else with medical can help as well. So you really, between everybody here, you ought to be able to get a +3 to your roll.
That
You need
goes
some
into
acid?
Skill.
What's wrong with him? His face is crushed.
His face is ugly.
His
So
face
if everyone,
is stinky.
who else has heal?
I have
Who is
2 in heal.
Well, I
Total.
think it only matters to you giving me a +1. I'm not gonna be able to get your entire skill thing. So if she's helping me and you're helping me, that's a +2 plus my +1, so that's +3.
Sounds good.
You need some acid. on that?
Apparently, hyperventilating Remy is a much better medic.
Yeah.
Well under
All right.
pressure.
Nice. Okay, so you get 3 points of strength back, and are no longer going to die, but you are still dealing with the critical injury. Okay, which
On me.
crushed
which,
face. You get a -2 to manipulate, so people aren't real keen on looking at your face right now.
All right. So if it's wait, fuck. How do I lower the total? My empathy only adds 1, but I have 5 total to manipulate.
No. You just put a -2 as a note. Your empathy doesn't actually go down. Just when you try to use it to manipulate somebody, you take a -2 to the dice. Is all.
Got
And
you.
if, and if you don't have, if that reduces you to below 0 in your skill, then you take then you see the dice pool next to skill where it has like -1, 2, and 3. That's what that's for.
That's what that's for. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I see.
All right. So we've got Lee is stabilized. We've got to stabilize Anna and Thorn still.
Are they still helping me?
Class.
Yeah,
I
you
got
get a
fucking
+3
fine.
going forward. Everybody here if you want.
Okay, let's heal the person who is bleeding the fuck out then. Which I thought we were
that was
first.
a great idea.
So try again.
Okay, who was bleeding out? Who was that one?
Anna, I think. Or
Anna.
I think it was Anna. Anna or Cherry.
Anna is the one that's on the dying 6 minutes.
Okay, so that she's got 2 points left. Then she's got 2 points and just has the crit that she's got to deal with.
Internal bleeding is you suffer 1 point of damage for every roll you make to move, force, or fight. So
Well,
she
she's doing none of that.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Not for a bit. Okay. And then last is Thorn with their minor injury. Okay, you're at 2 points of strength. You're up by 2 points. Okay. You're
Still
of course,
paralyzed though.
and you'll still have to deal with the effects of your crit for however many days or whatever we rolled, but you're up. Ollie says they are really, really thick in this area. If you want, you can come to my bunker. I've got a place where I've got plenty of room, and you can stay with me through the night and until your people heal up, if you'd like.
Holds up a finger, like while she's in the middle of talking, goes around the other side of this tree and just vomits. We're good. Sure, that sounds great. Fine.
Somebody get that person a Tic Tac. All right.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you, actually genuinely concerned, and says, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, for a bit, I need such pressure in my life. It's fine. We're good.
It's up to you. I mean, I'd be happy to take you in until this clears up, if you know, or you're healed up rather. But you don't want to be out here at night.
I am learning this. Yes.
You're really lucky because that's actually a small pack of them.
That was
Oh,
fucking
really?
small.
That was a small pack. She says, "I'll be happy
There
to."
were
You'd have to come back with me, but I can give you some of the rockets that I use to scare them off, and it actually hurts them. Sharp noises do a lot of harm to them. I'd be happy to give you a few. I've got 2 or 3 left, and I can make up more. But if you don't want to stay with me, I understand. It's you've never met me. I understand if you don't want to stick around. But at least let me give you some of the rockets.
Fucking things is just screeching loudly.
I mean, I don't speak for everyone, but you kind of totally saved us, so willing to trust you on that one. And we definitely need a new place to stay because I don't want to stay out here anymore.
So what's the general consensus? Do you want to follow her back to her bunker or no?
I am not looking forward to a round 2. So if you have an argument against going with her, it better be a good one.
Yeah, I don't trust her. That's all I got.
Gurgle.
Kidding.
Well, when it becomes
Kidding.
your responsibility to heal 3 people from literally dying, then you can make those shots.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. All right.
I'm kidding. I don't know how many times I have to say it.
Well, you were breaking up. It was like I was hearing.
I'm kidding.
I'm like,
All right. No,
All right.
hold on. Just one more time for the folks in the back. I was kidding.
Can you type that out for me? Actually, if you could maybe make that in a 5-page presentation, I would appreciate it.
Sure. I'd like to start with my opening statement.
Opening
When I said
statement.
that thing that I said, I was kidding.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's get you moved over. It takes about 15 minutes to walk to the bunker. But it's not terrible. And it's pretty flat, easy going walk, really.
I will do my best to carry Thorn.
I might be dropping off soon-ish.
Okay.
So Cherry's just gonna be preoccupied with helping her muscle sister, I guess.
Muscle sister. That's fantastic.
Yeah, this has been a.
It's a rough start for an episode, isn't it?
Mhm.
A great start. Character development.
Now come on, if it was all roses and candy bars every time, you wouldn't want to play.
It wouldn't be Mutant Year Zero.
Exactly. That is absolutely correct.
But I can't walk for 19 days, apparently.
Well,
you got to be really good with the banter for a while.
There is actually ways to get around that to some extent. First of all, a proper heel roll now will cut that in half.
Good morning.
Wonderful.
And then they make a thing called crutches, and you got a gearhead.
Fair. But how am I going to be able to move?
Well, they'll just put some splints on your legs, and then you kind of hobble around with your crutches. It really will be adorable.
Sky's the limit, King.
Yeah.
Don't shortchange yourself.
Yeah, we could also
hated my mutation.
Plus, you got your carts.
Yeah, we can put you on the cart.
Yeah, you get to ride in style.
We can petition for more ramps at the Ark too.
And I'm
okay, Tony Hawk, dial it back.
I'm sorry.
I'm not staying in a wheelchair.
That's pretty bad, man. I'm pretty sure the Ark is ADA compliant, okay?
Okay. Good stuff.
I mean, it was a Fallout bunker, so it kind of has to be a little bit.
Yeah, kind of has to be, yeah. All right, so come down through. It's well hidden. In fact, you don't really spot it until you're almost on top of it, and you had to be looking for this entrance. And Ollie says, "Yeah, I don't want any unwelcome visitors, so I try to keep it as well hidden as possible." And you kind of climb down to get down into this little hallway that opens up into this space. And she says, "Let's go around over here, and we've got some areas where we can lay out the wounded here, and we can start working to treat them more and kind of help them out." So let's see, that was Anna and Thorn, right?
Yeah.
And who was our other one? Lee. Okay, so kind of brings you around here, and says, "Okay, this is kind of the best flat area I've got, and you're welcome to work on your people here, and we can get them water. I have a water source that we can get fresh water for them, and I can prep some food." And she basically says, all I ask is that you keep doors closed, because I've got them closed for a reason. I don't want people to get in, or for sounds to get out and us to be heard here. So please keep doors closed. But other than that, you're welcome to enjoy the comforts here, and stay as long as you need to feel better. And she goes again, I'm Ollie, and kind of goes around and asks your names. Do you give them to her? Or do you give false names?
I give her. Remy gives her his name.
Okay. So awesome. Yeah, she.
I was. I'm unconscious.
Everybody
I
should be up now. If the heal will bring you from unconscious, you've got to deal with the after effects of broken bones and whatnot. But
Yeah, my paralyzation.
your legs, yes, we know.
Well, you can
I
talk at
have
least.
crippling depression.
No, we can't have depression here. No, there's no depression in Mutant Year Zero. My gosh, if you had depression in this game or in this world, you're not gonna make it for sure.
The bar has just been set so low that it can't exist.
Yeah, it's like
It's so low we
The
were
bar
tripping.
was so low, it was in hell. Yet here you are, limbo dancing with the devil.
Literal hellspawn.
well,
Yeah,
Oh well. Remy's got vomit on his sweater already.
Spaghetti.
Does not stop shuddering its entire time.
so
This poor kid.
Ollie moves around the corner here and heads into this other room. And it says, "I'm going to go prepare some food." And kind of leaves you to explore if you want. It looks like. I mean, she just she's not really said wait here or anything like that. She's kind of sounds like she's giving you free reign. That right there is actually kind of a holding pin, Lee. Looks like she's sometimes maybe has some livestock in there, maybe small animals that she's going to either use for food or maybe some other maybe if it was like a small animal that had something that she wanted or whatever, but it mostly like chickens or something like that that's producing some sort of food source. That's what I'm trying to think of, like chickens that are going to give her eggs, or like a little piglet or something that she's going to eat. Seems like stays in there.
question. Back in that little area where we first were those wheelchairs?
They were carts, but they're smaller carts used to kind of looks like move like wood around and stuff like that. And
Like a wheelbarrow.
yeah, so but you think you could probably manipulate around in them a little bit if you wanted.
I would like to, but I mean, I could crawl there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Anna can make. Anna's up and around essentially. Just says, "Bring me some sticks and stuff." And I hate Anna's not here because getting a lot of cool rolls here. Let's just get a gearhead roll here. A jury rig. Yeah, she whips together some stuff and kind of splints up your legs so they can be stable, but you're not going to hurt them when you step on them, and makes you up a setup. Yep, you can get around with them, and they work pretty good.
Thank you, Anna.
All right. You guys just going to wait out there and kind of tend to your wounded? Is that what you're doing?
Where did Ollie go?
Ollie went around the corner here, around this way, and on over here.
All right.
I wish to hang out with my fellows so I can get my empathy up, so that way I can then heal myself and others. Because once I get my empathy all the way up, it's gonna be a 6. I think. Yeah.
Well, the max stat for your stats is a 5. But your actually for your skills also is max 5.
I mean, like in total, it'll be a 6 because they have a 1 in heal, and my empathy is in total 5.
Okay.
But I currently have 3 empathy because it took 2 doubt.
Gotcha.
So once I get my full empathy, and
go ahead and take those points off on the empathy.
Awesome. Then I'd like to. Who needs the most amount of work?
As far as what kind of work are you looking for? Kind of wanting to help help her prep?
Whoever needs the most amount of healing.
Oh, healing.
Yeah.
That's going to be, well, it's probably you with the 19
Oh, okay.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna roll to heal myself.
Well, that's a -2 to the roll.
On base or skill.
Yes. You put that on the skill.
You
I only
never-
have a 1 to skill.
So it's a -1 dice on that then.
Great. Don't know what the -1s are gonna do, so that's gonna be fun to see.
if
Okay.
it comes into play.
It doesn't even affect, but you can't have your time at this point. Somebody else is going to have to probably work on you, and maybe we can get an inspire going on that or something. Skarsgård, when you come in here, she's looks like she's peeling something that in effect looks like a post-apocalyptic potato, some sort of rooty thing that probably going to be boiled, and
It's a rutabaga.
and then has some greens and some veggie kind of stuff, and also looks like she's got some sort of fish that she's prepping, and she's kind of working away, and she kind of looks over her shoulder when you come and says, "Would you like to help me?"
Sure.
Appreciate it. And she says, "How are your friends doing?"
Well, they're not dying, so I guess they're doing pretty good now.
Well,
You
that's
have
good.
a question, though.
Most people don't survive an encounter with the spawn.
I do have a question that I'm sure everyone is just itching to ask, but nobody has yet. Why are you helping us?
Well, I try to help anybody that I come across. I live on this side of the zone, basically to collect up. And she kind of spreads her hands these roots and vegetables, and then I take them to trade with the trading post west of here.
West, you say?
Yep, and it's I mean it's good to to help people that I might have to encounter again later.
I see. And he'll just help quietly
Okay.
at that point.
Okay. She asks, I get the impression that you've never been in this part of the zone before.
No.
Okay. Do you mind me asking where you're from?
Yes.
I understand. And then she just kind of makes small chit-chatty stuff, about what herbs they're going to use and how they're going to prep the potatoes, whatever, kind of gets all Chef Ramsay on you. And
If she has any other questions, he'll sort of may or may not answer them, but generally speaking, he'll be pretty quiet and just help quietly.
Yep. She gets that impression from you right off the bat pretty well, that you're just going to be quiet about it and understand. You get the impression that she understands your reluctance to share at this point. Yeah, so does anybody else have any questions or want to go anywhere else it appears that she's literally giving you the run of the land here. Does anybody else want to check anything out?
We're gonna try to help our paralyzed friend.
Okay. Let's get an inspire roll from our paralyzed friend. Yeah, inspire him to fix you.
Yes, plus my inspire is a 7 because I have a 2 in that skill. Plus my 5 base. It's great.
I love it. Let's see it. Oh
yeah! Oh my god!
There's the roll for the night. Just bam.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Wow.
I needed it.
A good thing too.
All right, so
Yeah,
you get
very
4 points back if depending on what you still got missing, you'll get 4 more points, and your crit is halved.
And-
Your time that's your crit last is halved.
Okay, so that's like
Shoot,
what?
that's good. That's good enough. I might even do more. What was your crit? What was your
You,
crit?
it was like 19 days.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you got 6 days is all. 6 days
Awesome. Do I also heal my wits because I was unconscious?
left. That's recovered also.
Okay, awesome. Then I'm overall kind of fine. Oh,
Minus not being able
I
to
forgot
walk.
to add my critical injuries.
Yeah,
Minus
just mark
not
them
being
now.
able to walk.
Yeah, not walking is going to be a bit of a problem for 6 days, but yeah, this system, taking damage and stuff, it's scary, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose it. But really, it's pretty rare that the system outright kills somebody with a high roll D66, or a person gets in a situation where they can be coup de grace. The crits can be difficult to deal with for a while, but that's the point of a critical. But most of the time, if you can get just a little bit of rest and relaxation, you're full up and ready to rock and roll, overnight kind of thing. So while it can be scary, it's really not terrible if you get beat up on hard. Unless the whole group gets a beat down, that's bad. But yeah, don't ever be totally terrified of having to take your hit points being all the way gone and having to take a crit, because it's no, I don't even want to say it because I'll end up rolling one. But the only fatality we've had playing this game in 3 years was where a person got knocked unconscious and there were four baddies around him, something like that, and they coup de grace him. That's the only fatality. Gosh, I really shouldn't even talk like that because now I'm gonna have like 6. But anyway,
You've done it. It's too late. Just move past it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop fixating on it now, and hopefully it doesn't happen. All right, moving on. Yeah, so you're feeling better. Anything else? What you want to check out here? Look around. Otherwise, she's gonna serve up a meal.
Can I help out anyone? Doing it?
Yeah. Ollie will put you to work if you want to help out.
I do.
Basically, just kind of ask you to come in here into this room up here and kind of set some tables up and.
Okay, that's weird. The thing moving down. I don't. There we are. Okay. Oh, by the way, I also do be sure to go up to her, shake her hand, I guess, when I'm able to, and be like, "Thank you so much."
You're welcome.
You're cool.
There is one thing that when everybody kind of clears out and you're kind of helping Skarsgård, she does ask. I thought there is one more question she's going to ask you.
Okay.
I noticed that you are a bear, and I've seen animal folk such as yourself, but I've never seen a bear. Are you one of a kind, or are there others like you?
He'll just kind of remain silent at the question.
Okay. And she kind of, it's not really a flirty statement what she's going to make here, but so don't take it that way. But she says, and to be quite honest, you're much more handsome than any of the other animal folk I've seen in this area.
Still silent.
Yeah, but understand, it's not in a flirty way. She's kind of, the gist you're getting is that maybe the other animals in this area don't look, they maybe don't look normal.
Quite as clean. Yeah. More affected by rot, perhaps.
So, if nobody else has anything that they want to go and look at, explore.
I'm gonna go be traumatized in the corner, so excuse me. Cancel all my appointments.
Poor Remy.
I'm gonna go keep Remy company so he doesn't get sad.
Remy's got got the little legs pulled up and just kind of rocking in a corner. Mommy.
I just realized it probably should like help with Remy's stuff. You know.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
wasn't hurt physically.
But mentally,
He did almost watch his entire team die due to crazy monsters, so yeah.
Yeah.
Literal first time out in the zone. Kind of a bad draw so far.
oh my gosh. This is awesome bringing a noob out into the zone.
Glad you think so.
Mhm.
Been
You know,
incredibly
all
entertaining
that-
for me.
Huh?
All right. Do you have heal? I'll let you roll a heal roll on Remy to try to help calm Remy's nerves.
Will do that. Give me 1 second.
Well, that's a talent called therapist, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there actually a therapist talent?
Yes,
There
but I
is a
believe it's
therapist talent.
that one's
There might
just a
be.
+2, isn't it? Otherwise,
one's-
it's just
Damn.
a deal.
Let me go look it up. I believe it's in Gen Lab. Let me go look.
No, well, Chronicler's got it too. Both healers have access to it in their class specific skills.
Well, we don't have a healer, but as far as the chronicling one is concerned, chronicler talents are agitator, which no, bone saw, which no, and performer, which is nice, but no.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. You get a +2 when you're healing on when you're healing a critical injury, but not trauma, sadly.
I believe that one is healer.
Well, hey, I tried.
Hey, it's the thought that counts, and I appreciate it, but I don't think you have to roll anything because you don't have it.
Well,
Well, I mean, I
it's
still
just
did roll.
Yeah, isn't it, the therapist just means you're highly specialized and you get a +2, correct?
Yes, it's the plus. If I'm not incorrect, then yes, that should be it.
Let me
+2.
go look. Healer talent therapist.
I mean, I don't think you have to
Oh, yeah,
actually.
you can. Yeah, you can actually do it without it. It just, yeah, you're right. It gives you a +2 to healing, confusion, or doubt, but not damage.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
try.
So he made an attempt and it didn't work unless he wants to push it. But
I'm not asking the man who cannot walk to push himself. That seems mean.
That's a fair point. I might collapse. I'm just gonna go back to setting the tables. Stuff I probably won't get hurt in unless if I stub my foot. Well, actually, even then, I probably won't be able to feel it. Well, no. Can you feel limbs that are paralyzed?
sometimes,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Sometimes.
it'd be the nature of how you're paralyzed exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna play it safe.
Okay. Yeah. So just take it easy. Like I say, if nobody has anything else, once you everybody's kind of settled, she serves up a meal. So I guess my question is, does anyone choose to not eat? It smells wonderful. It's got a little bit of everything, and water to drink.
Lee would not hesitate.
Okay.
I'd eat. I mean, I trust her.
Okay. It's one of the best, really kind of the best tasting meal you've had in a while. Of course, being out on the road, so to speak, it's that kind of sucks. It's almost like you're eating MREs and stuff. Yeah, so it's a real robust food and tastes good. Water's good, fresh, clean water. So yeah. During the meal, she would ask a few questions about, how long you've been traveling, do you know where you're going? Maybe I could help you, point you in the right direction. If you're going to be going for several more days, I've got a couple of those rockets that I can spare for you if you'd like to bring them, just in case you run it into any more of the spawn. They have an area of effect. You know, they kind of roam an area that's about 10 square, 10 block radius, basically a 10 mile circle around this area. Anyway, does anybody answer any of those questions?
I will, I guess, because I'm the chronicler and I know all the things. Answer how long we've been traveling. The other ones.
Okay, so you answer the questions. Skarsgård, I know you've been kind of reluctant on that. Do you try to stop them or anything?
Like, I answer like general questions, like how long we've been traveling.
I'm gonna sort of clear my throat at that one specifically. The other ones are fine.
Okay. She says, "Well, okay. And it's actually at this point it's basically one, two, three. It's going to be daytime essentially. So you're all going to take sleepless unless basically you rest up." And she says, "Look, you've been through a lot. You're welcome to stay a day or two here, and rest up. But you can also sleep for a part of the day shift if you want. It's up to you guys what you want to do there. Just let me know." And she says, "If you want to leave, I don't have a lot, but I can give you some of the. I've got some supplies that I can send with you, and like I say, I've got a couple of the rockets. If you want to stay a day or two, we can make together. We can make a couple more of the rockets, and I can send you with more supplies if you want. It's up to you. I can also, if you've got any kind of maps, I'll be happy to show you where the trading post is."
Trading post?
Yeah, there's a trading post that's west of us.
Ah. Got it. We're probably
You've
not
been
gonna
very kind, but we should make our way as quickly and as soon as possible.
Especially not west. I mutter underneath my breath.
You mutter that under your breath?
Yes.
Lee is picking up Scar's vibe and agreeing with that.
Is there a landmark I could find the trading post with?
I mean, you should see, if you go a couple more miles for sure, you'll be able to start seeing some smoke on the horizon, but it's almost directly west from here.
Is
And
there...
and she kind of looks at you, and she says, "Now, if as you're going west, also, are you prepared to handle the toxic rain and stuff that occurs there?"
Toxic brain?
Yeah, there's a band here that there's some bad stuff that well, I've heard people call it various things, and she names off a few things, one of which is rot. There's kind of a band here, and it goes north and south almost as well. I don't know that anybody's found the north or south end of it. If you want to go any further north or west from here.
That's great.
Oh, it just falls from the sky?
There's some pretty nasty rain, and there's also some waterways that carry it. It's well, I mean, it's why you'll see folks that don't look well. They look like they kind of had a rough way. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like I look at your friend here, and she kind of points to Skarsgård and says, I mean, I honestly, the fact that he talks, it was a bit of a shock. I mean, he looks like a normal bear that I've seen pictures of in some of the magazines I've found. The animals that you're going to come across, and she and you as well. Remy, did you give her your name?
Yes, he
Says,
did.
as well as you, Remy. I mean, you look like what I would expect. Uh, from a picture from old times. But the animals that you're going to come across, the further west you go, don't look as well as you do. They're obviously a much sicker animal, and kind of likewise for you folks as well. I see some of you got some things going on with the wings here and stuff, but further west you go, there's some you'll get into some messy stuff.
How do people usually deal with this rain?
Have you ever heard of an umbrella? Those work pretty good to keep it off you if it starts raining. And then she kind of walks over to a cabinet over here and comes back. She says, I use one of these, and it's basically a rain poncho. She says, you got to leave it out until it dries in the sun to kind of then you give it a good shake, and this white stuff will come off. And I always do that well away from the entrance to my place because it'll kill all the grass.
Okay. It's like carts.
Other than the trading post, where might we be able to find some of these?
Well, I only have one for me, and I am sorry about that. I love to help you out, but I don't have any except the one. And the trading post is your best bet. The best thing to trade there is food, and if you got bullets, they'll take bullets in a hurry, or any weapons to trade.
What kind of people are at the trading post?
Oh, all kinds. You'll see some animal folk, and you'll see regular folk. You'll see all kinds. Even some well, and kind of like conspiratorial. Even some normals.
Blink, blink,
Like,
blink.
wait, like people who don't have mutations?
That's exactly right.
Sounds boring to me.
But strange, you know? Like, you don't see that very often.
Well, you see it aplenty at the trading post.
Huh. Well, ugh, I'm still a bit hesitant to go. Well, to the trading post.
Ollie, did
We
you
wanna
give us
make
a
our
second,
way.
please?
Of course.
Does she like leave?
Oh, you want her to step out of her own house, out of her own room? Okay.
Well, if not that, then we can step outside. Whatever.
Yeah. So she'll be polite enough to move into the other room and start. You can hear her kind of clinking around with the wooden dishes and stuff, kind of picking up.
Once we're sure that she isn't listening, kind of looks over to everybody else. I don't know about you guys, but we need more supplies if we're going to keep this up. Not to mention, we're going to need to find a place away from the trading post because If we take up residents too close, they may take offense to that. So I think we need to go there, figure out what else we need, like, stuff to heal people with. And then
Yeah.
from there, maybe that should be far enough away that we might be able to find a place that we can have this mission be over and we can go home.
Fair point. But she did say that the trading post was to the west, and you'll remember what was to the west last time. We were the reason why we went north.
It's really close. We can just go around.
I'm saying it could be the same place.
Well, the fact that she said that there are all different kinds of people does sort of help that.
Yeah. If we're gonna go there, we need to send one or two people who were all the way in the back, and those other three probably didn't see.
Usually, zone goals don't usually do trading. I don't think. I don't think it's them.
Fair point. But then again, do they also usually lock doors and trap us in sewers with spiders?
Yes, potentially. They're not dumb. They just don't talk.
Wait, they don't talk?
Not anything I've ever heard.
We're going to the trading post. We don't have a choice.
Okay, fine. But once again, I'm telling you, we should send like just two people who are in the back, who they just in case.
I know roughly where their camp was, so like if we're getting close to where we were before, then I'll know what we're talking about. I get the feeling it's not, but
Okay, but still, be wary in there.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Also, thank you for my legs. Thank you.
A couple
Yeah.
days, but let's try to avoid fights for now. Also, we'll try to avoid fights.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. With Will, Anna almost bled out. Lee, their faces. Yeah.
Not even close.
It's not often I have to go searching for someone's nose in the middle of their face, but great.
Yeah.
This went
You
fine.
just got bad eyesight, Gurgle.
There were like there were like 11 near, just all gunning for me. That was horrible.
Should have fought him. No bulls.
I shot one in the face.
You went to
That's the one
sleep
that
in the
jumped
middle
on
of the
my
fight.
back.
You don't get to talk, Lee.
I was tired.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Well, one other thing I was going to bring up. Also, I know we're trying to be secretive and stuff, and that's fine, but I would really like to know both exactly where this place is and where this rain thing is.
We should probably ask that, yeah.
So that means I'm going to have to show her our map. Are you guys okay with that?
I mean,
Do you have the other map as well? Or is it just this map? If it's
I
just
also
this
just
map,
remembered.
Oh,
only show me
that's
this
actually
one.
a decent question. The map of the zone is the map of the area we're currently in, right? Not the previous one.
Correct. You found in that one place a little local area. It's got roughly 10 to 15 miles around where that was found. So that bonus is actually going to go away the further you get to the west or to
Okay.
the north or south or
Yeah,
back,
I'll
back
flag.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let me know when that fails or stops being effective. But so as I was
I
saying,
think for that one.
are you guys okay with me showing her that?
I trust.
Yeah, I'm fine with the local one. Not the big one, of course. Why do you guys think I was not telling her, just like general questions that aren't, fully exact, like how long we've been traveling or whatever?
Listen, she's a nice person, but she
Yeah.
talks to a lot of people. So even though I trust her, I don't necessarily trust everyone she's going to talk to. It's safer for her and for us.
Yeah. Like, don't answer specific questions. Not well. Answer questions that aren't too personal, but answer questions. You know. Like, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Either way, this food is fucking amazing.
All right. So what I'm hearing is you're going to go ahead and bail out tonight. But you're gonna go sleepless and leave now. Is that right?
Wait, are we?
No. We have a safe place to rest for the time being. We should take it and then leave it tomorrow.
I vote for stay here for at least a bit. You know, rest, recover, then go to the trading post. Like, I'd say stay here like 2 or 3 days, maybe.
I'd
She
rather not
offered a
stay
day.
here.
At
I'd rather
all?
not stay here. No, long enough to rest, but just out of a courtesy to her and her food, to not stay here longer than we need to rest up.
Fair point. So like a day.
Yeah, a day should be fine.
Yeah. Plus, there's the I'd say like a day and a half.
Yeah. If you stay a day, you kind of have to stay the night. Otherwise, you're going to have to leave at night.
Which is
Unless
a
you all want to
horrible idea.
sleep all. This is assuming you're not all going to sleep at the same time. I don't figure that you're that comfortable. Maybe you are. If you all slept at once, you could leave in about 5 hours and have half a day travel still.
Well, seeing as how I can't, walk too fast, and I'm probably going to be in that cart, I could probably sleep in the cart and like stay up a bit.
We can take shifts and without stressing ourselves out too much, and this will leave on a fresh day. Spend
Well,
the most amount of time.
fair point, but I mean, I was unconscious for a while. I'm probably going to be staying up a bit either way.
You've got however many hours until the next full sunrise. So how do you want to divvy that up to you? I think I'll be up for a bit.
I mean, like how long until sunrise? Well, I mean, like midday.
You're at the beginning of the day, so sunrise is basically now, and yeah,
Oh,
so
Well,
well,
we haven't rested yet, so yeah, tomorrow.
I will take a small nap.
I'm just gonna stay up, I guess.
I will take advantage of my several guards.
okay.
I thank you all for your service. Nighty night.
While I'm up, I'm going to help. I'm horrible with names. What's her name again?
Ollie, OLLIE.
I'm gonna help Ollie out around the place, I guess. Chat with her. I don't know.
Okay.
Would I like need to roll anything? Like, is
No.
there anything specific she's doing, or? Okay.
Nope. Nothing you got to do there.
Okay. Then, yeah, I guess just help her out where I can and chat.
Okay. I take it you're not going to have anything meaningful chat wise.
I mean, unless she wants to ask me any specific questions, like what's my mutation or whatever stuff.
She keeps it pretty pretty cordial as far as just she shows you some maybe a little bit of cooking stuff, some of her how she supply gets what how she plants her stuff or something like that. But it's no real solid um, solid intel, so to speak. And were you going to show her the map?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the local map.
yes. Yes.
Okay. So she pulls it out and she says, "Oh, this doesn't get too far at all." She said, "Let me take a look over here," and she pulls out a larger map, and she kind of starts marking some stuff on it and making notations. And let's see here. I need to freehand draw that. And basically draws some stuff on the map for you and says, "Here, you can have this map." And I'm going to need to take a quick break. So take 5, everybody. All right. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I'm bad about that. I go. So if you need me to say, slow down and say, "Hey, hang on a second. I want to talk about that more." You're not going to offend me. Say, "Hey, hang on just a second. Let's talk about that more." It's not going to bother me a bit. I'm a full put the pedal to the metal kind of person, and sometimes I can get going too fast and run people over. So don't let me do that. Anna kind of finishes filling out this map and hands it over to you. And I'm going to go ahead and flip us to the map real quick. And she has scribbled some things on the map for you. Like, Mist Towers, Dark Castle, Old Ships, and said these are some landmarks that some of them you should stay away from, and others are of interest maybe.
Can I vote that we don't go to a swift death?
Some of this I don't know, and she says honestly, some of this I don't know for sure. It's what I've been told by other folks that have been those places. I don't get as far west or south as some of the people that I interact with are.
I'm just reading these to myself, by the way. I'm not actually saying these in the game. The Thorn Dome. I want to ask her about a few of the names, like Mist Towers, like what that is.
Well, from what I've heard, because I haven't personally been there, they these towers have kind of a mist that comes off of them pretty much all the time, and that mist at times it seems can make people sick.
That's not good. The column, and Old Ben, what are those?
The column and Old Ben. Need to do something real quick before I forget here. Those are ancient structures, and some people have found useful items in them.
Okay.
and she specifically looks at Anna and says, "I get the vibe from some of the stuff I see you carry that maybe you might be interested in some of the stuff that the ancients left." She kind of points out, like the bike chain and stuff, and she has those rollers and the some stuff that really doesn't have a clear purpose, but Anna's carrying.
Yeah. I also ask, is Alexandra's, is that town on the end? It's kind of hard to see with the dark.
Which one are you looking at?
The top left one, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Alexander's Tower.
Oh, I thought that's a town. Where actually is that trading post you were talking about?
Oh, she says, that's silly me. Yes, of course. And right there.
Ah, okay, thank you. So yeah, these are some interesting areas. I can guess what the rot swamp is and that zone ghouls. I don't know why I thought that was cave ghouls. And hungry plants are. I can guess what those are. Thank you again for this. This is a great help. Any tips for the surrounding areas?
Just you need to watch for the spawn. They've got a area that they cover that's fairly decent size. If you make your way further west, you'll be out of their zone of influence pretty quickly, about another 3 or 4 miles. But don't go northeast. Northeast is where they seem to have originated from.
Oh, great. What's that one in the far right? Top far right? I can't really read what it says because of the darkness.
Stranded war wagon.
Ah, okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's a tank, basically.
Ooh. Well, I could find some good things there. I ask, is like the Thorn Dome, like that main area you were talking about, we really should not go because of the things, the spawn you call them?
What's the question again now?
The Thorn Dome, like that's the area Ollie said not to go. Because that's where
Do you want her to circle it on the map?
No, I'm just asking her if like the Thorn Dome is like where the spawn originated, like if that's around that area.
No.
Ah. Okay. So I ask her specifically, what is at a swift death?
That's something that a person passing through told me, that the water there will offer a swift death.
Great. Thank you again. This is great help. Oh, those mist towers. How far does that mist reach?
Just in that sector.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, by the way, so we're planning on moving out, like leaving in about probably later today. We're also just getting some sleep right now.
You're gonna leave before or at nightfall?
No, more like midday.
Morning. Next morning.
Okay. So you're gonna stay the day in the night. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so like a day and a half, probably. Like, how long has it been? It's been like half a day, right? Or is it still the morning?
It
On the bunker.
no, it's you're a couple hours in the morning.
Okay, got it.
Sun is still low.
Yeah, probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, those. I don't like the spawn. They're not fun.
You've never really tried to talk to them. So you don't know if they're fun or not.
Is she saying
Well,
this, or is this the DM joking with us?
It's the GM joking with you.
Okay.
I also love how on the map it's just no bad.
I was about to say you wouldn't necessarily have gotten a laugh, but you would have gotten like a quick short breath out of Skarsgård with the comment like that.
As far as the red is concerned, the blue one, that's me. I'm writing on it.
Oh, nice. But yeah. Question: is the red line that's on the map that did she write that?
Oh, the red line. To the west and east of that line, you're going to run into rot. Sometimes it's only a few zones. Sometimes it can be as wide as 5 or 6. That's
Right.
kind of the line there. Once you get through it, though, it lightens up. But if you're going to go further west from here, you're pretty much going to be in somewhat of the thick of it.
Great. That's a big thing. Oh, perfect. The trading post. It's there.
So I don't. Did you ask her where the center of the activity is for the spawn?
She mentioned that they seem to come from the northeast, but other than that, no. I know we
Yeah, no.
mentioned
Okay. I did
marking
ask
that down,
her.
though.
I did also ask her if the Thorn Dome was where they originated.
Okay, she says no. It's from here. This zone right here.
Ah. Okay.
From what I understand, there's been people up there that have seen him coming out of a building up that way.
So general census from this area is watch out for rot, don't go to the northeast, and all those other things that are standard for traveling the zone. So we do want to ask about Alexander's Tower. That does sound kind of interesting.
That's a big town.
Oh.
You'll find all sorts of stuff there. There's trading post. From what I understand, I've never been, but from what I understand, you can even get a hotel there and get a clean bath and all sorts of stuff.
Oh my god, bath. Huh. That sounds pretty good. Give me a minute. I go over to Remy. Remy's up, right?
Yeah, presumably.
Okay, I go over to Remy, and I make sure that Ollie isn't kind of near, and I go, so do we tell her about the the thing, the bad guys?
If she's giving us a map, she probably already knows about them.
Okay, then should we like warn those other town? Okay. Oh yeah. So she filled out the small map you got from the sewers, um, and she pointed out the trading post and another town. Do we inform them? Like, should we? I feel like we should.
Inform who?
Like the towns, like the trading post. It's Alexander's tower, right? Or Alexander's. It looks like
You
it's.
have to remember, we're the new people around here. We're the ones who don't know this kind of stuff. I'm assuming if they've been living out here for a while, that they already know everything we've already found multiple times over.
Okay, but should we ask just in case?
I mean, I guess, but I get the feeling they already know about them.
I'm gonna ask. Then I leave Remy and I go back to Ollie. What are the name of the bad guys who were after again? What, I mean, running from whatever.
The ones that were running from you?
No, I think they were like pirates or whatever.
Yeah, the scrap pirates.
Yeah, the scrap pirates. Or are they just called the scrap pirates or?
Yeah, I mean, there's various names for them, but scrap pirates or pirates is the generally accepted term.
Got it. Okay, I go back to Ollie and I go, okay, so here's a thing. I don't know if you've already know this or not, but so we ran into these people who were called the scrap pirates. Have you heard of them at all?
No, I sure haven't. I'm sorry.
Okay. So they're really not good, very not good. So I really quickly I forgot exactly what they do and have.
You could ask
They're
one of the
they're
other players for help.
No, I mean
Yeah.
like I myself forgot, not
Yeah, they are to the north of your other map, and they
Okay.
have been causing havoc. They apparently live in the ocean or out on a sea, or basically are surrounded by water, and they come in via waterways and expand out, and they take slave labor. Their preferred slave is a child, or especially animal children. And yeah, they're pretty brutal. And you would not know what the other group found when they got onto their base. It's even more horrific than just using the kids for slave labor.
Oh, great. Okay, so I pretty much tell Ollie all the bad things that we know of.
That's some of that. It's unfortunate, but there are people like that in the zone. That's why I keep my place hidden.
Good idea. I'm just letting you know that you should watch out. When we head over to that trading post and that town you showed us, we're probably going to try and inform them as well. Just to be careful. Just so they make sure that they're safe and prepared or whatever in case if they ever come by. Oh, I then so. Oh, by the way, the river that I can see on the map. Do you know where there's a bridge we can cross it if we ever need to get across?
No, sometimes you can get across at the Dark Castle, but that just depends.
Like is it like sometimes there's an opening, sometimes
there's an ancient structure there that was a bridge, but it has holes and it's in bad shape, and it depends on if somebody else has put down something or if it's falling through, I mean, you might have to work to put down some stuff to be able to walk across it. It's not always
I
passable.
see. Thank you again. Be careful for the pirates, dudes. Thank you again. Do you need any more help with anything around here? I kind of want to be useful.
Yeah, she says I could use some help cleaning dishes here.
I am gonna do it.
Okay.
And he starts helping.
Awesome. And you guys were sleeping in shifts again?
I
I think
presume
so.
so.
Okay. That's the plan. Gotcha. Okay. Get back to the house here. And I don't know if you heard that, but you heard one of the spawn, but it was muffled, but you could hear it even down in your bunker.
I immediately shiver in just remembering the 11 pretty much cornering me.
Ollie grabs your arm and just kind of pats it on the forearm. She says, "It'll be okay. They've been around for a while now. Maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. They've been around, and they haven't found my place yet."
Okay, thank you.
Skarsgård would also be looking to make himself as useful as possible, trying to help. Like, do you need anything heavy moved, or anything like that?
She asks you to help, basically prep some fish to go in like a salting, some sort of salted vault that she's got stuck in the wall here, where she can kind of save some fish and stuff.
Makes sense.
And then through the day, she chit chats unless somebody's wanting to ask specific questions.
Well, does she ask any specific questions?
Well,
Perhaps about the pirates?
Yeah, she would probably ask about the pirates and would say, would ask, how did you come across them? You know, where are they located? Where are they at? Are they coming this way? That kind of thing.
Well, the only place that we know that they live is maybe about. How tall is a map? How tall is a zone map?
Oh, it is A through S. So whatever that is, whatever S is in the alphabet.
$19. So, and we're almost at the bottom of our map. And it's maybe halfway up that map. So, call it maybe about somewhere between 20 and 30 miles north, out on the ocean after you hit the coast.
Yeah,
They
probably
live out there.
probably closer to the 35 mile, but yeah.
And they use boats primarily to move their people around.
Gotcha. And I just did some. I need to retcon something. I did some math here, and she says that the spawn have been around for about a week and a half,
Okay.
and their numbers have been progressively growing. She asks again about where Well, I don't know if she asked that. It's just where do you come from? Is there a group of you? Is this all of you, or are there more of you? Um, I assume you're not going to answer those questions.
I can't answer that to any satisfiable degree.
I understand you want to protect yourself and your people. Are there at least some more of your kind, the bears?
He kind of pauses for a moment, but you can tell instead of just being like silent, it's just sort of a deliberate pause before he's like, there aren't many of us left anymore.
Well, I can tell you there's some further west, but again, they don't look near as beautiful as you.
My character doesn't say this, but damn, Skarsgård's getting damn. Ugh, words are not fucking working. She's flirting with him, 100%.
You'll want to watch out for the pirates, though. Sometimes they do travel on land. They have dogs that they use that have no eyes, and
That perks her up. She says, "What did you say?"
they have dogs with no eyes.
I've seen one of those. And she real quick grabs some paper out and she kind of sketches and draws it out, and it looks a lot like what you've seen. Like this, she says.
Yeah, like that.
One came through the area maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Well, from what I understand, the pirates they used to be very coastal, but those sources of labor and food are no longer there, so they've been moving further south. They also use machines that help them fly, and they have lots of heavy equipment, good armor. They also seem to have these, and I've only ever heard of them, but the people I heard it from aren't exactly the squeamish and fearful type, but six-armed monsters of some kind that can rip a person apart just as easily as look at them.
And these things work for the pirates?
Near as we can tell.
She has a pretty good look of concern on her face. Well, I'll certainly keep an eye open. I'd really be surprised if they get anywhere near this area with the spawn. I'm actually, if it gets any worse, I may have to leave. I only got so much supplies to make the rockets.
Oh, another thing to be careful of. Rabbits. We've made friends with some of them in the past, but that's been somewhat recent. For most of the time that we encounter them, they just start shooting.
Really? There's a whole colony of rabbits up north that occasionally I'll have an opportunity to trade with. They seem quite friendly.
Well, that's good to hear. There must be multiple colonies then. And with no other questions, he'll just quietly go about his work. Whatever task she's assigned to him.
Okay. So, just to confirm, you're going to stay up for the day and then go ahead and sleep at night?
I will.
Sounds like it.
Okay, so if there's nothing else there, any other RP you want to do with Ollie. She feeds and waters you, so you don't have to use any of your resources. And you know, when evening comes, she says, "I'm going to go ahead and retire," and she heads to bed. I assume you'll do your shift work again?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you congregating for that? Let me get you back on the... Or you are on the board. I'm sorry, I'm not on the board. Here we go. She kind of holes up in this room over here, which I don't know if you can see. You can't. There's room over here. And she just pulls a curtain. Here and here, up here. And she goes to sleep. Like here and here.
It's a door to this place. Like, how do you leave?
Down here. Come on around the corner, Remy. It's up this way.
Is this a window?
No, there's a door there.
Can it open?
Yes. You're going to go ahead and open that?
Oh God, is that Remy off doing something?
Are you gonna open that?
Yes.
Okay. Get my dynamic lighting up. So you crack it open, and there is a kind of a low-grade embers in there. It's like it's hot, a lot of heat in there. And you can kind of see the chimney here, and there's a well, that's a body there on the embers.
So slowly close the door back. If there's a lock, it's gonna get locked. Think about that right now.
What'd you say?
So we're gonna close the door back. If it has a lock, we're gonna lock it. And we're
Right.
just not gonna think about it right now.
Okay.
I am now punching a second hole in my traumatization combo card.
Hey, if you get all 3 stars in one setting, you get a Benny.
I mean, we're underground, aren't we?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'd be why there'd be no windows, because he wants to watch dirt. Well, we're gonna park right here and keep an ear open for anybody fucking with whatever the entrance looks like to this place.
Okay.
That's where I'm gonna take my shift.
Okay. Lucy, where are you going to be for your first shift?
Shit, forgot to unmute the mic. I definitely want to stay within view of as many people as possible. So is there
Well,
napping for now?
this is a good space here because it's got kind of straw and bedding. I mean, you can. It looks like maybe there was animals there that kind of stay, but it's somewhere that you can lay down comfortably.
Okay. So I guess right around this little intersection area, I want to keep. Are these stairs?
They used to be, but it's nothing now. It goes up into the ceiling. So whatever was upstairs that building's no longer there.
Okay. And this area is small enough that, I mean, if I'm over here, I'm still within ear, right?
Yeah. You like if Remy talked in a normal voice, being at the door over here, you would hear Remy where you're at on the other side of that wall.
Okay. Yeah, I'll post up right around here. Try to keep an eye on everybody.
Okay. And Chronicler Thorn, where are you going to be? Where are you going to sleep at? Because you're on first sleeping watch.
Hold on, my monitor. So give me a second. I didn't notice. Where is? Here, I guess.
Okay. Skarsgård, where are you bedding down?
Just right here is fine.
Okay. This is like a rug mat kind of thing, so that's a good thing to sleep on.
Just to clarify, there hasn't been another rest yet. Sitting at the 2 strength damage.
No, you're getting ready to go into that right now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So your first shift goes uneventful. Second shift crew takes over. That's Scars. Arch the Ghost. I can't remember your character's name. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Anna, and you're Thrawn, right? You're Thrawn.
Thorn.
Yeah. Thorn. Sorry. And what positions do you want to take up for your sleepy time, or for your watch time?
I'll be like here, I guess, so I can, yeah, here, so I kind of see this way and also kind of see that way.
Okay. Remy, where are you going to bed down at?
I'm at the door.
Okay.
What is this?
It's just a grate. Junkyard and Mutt say they'll take over the front door.
Find a nice cozy corner.
Okay. Lee, they're going to let you rest.
Bless.
And Anna will be right here. Scars, are you going to sleep right, or where are you going to stand guard? Okay. Awesome. Okay. So the shift goes pretty uneventful. Yeah, goes. It's pretty uneventful with very little issue. But Skarsgård and Thorn, you kind of wake up. Both of you fell asleep.
Oh no. Are we somewhere new, or?
Nope, you're right where you're at. But you sat down, and sometime in the middle of the night, you fell asleep.
Is it morning time up and everyone's awake?
Well, no, nobody's awake yet.
Okay.
Is everyone accounted for?
No.
Before I leave, everyone up.
Okay.
I quickly.
Do you want to rip back the curtain there? Or are you gonna?
Yeah.
Thought maybe you were
following Scars after his grumble.
I'm just doing this away. Oh.
That would be Ollie.
Oh.
I
followed Skarsgård because I was like, where is he going?
What does it look like happening?
Head smashed, pulped.
Okay.
Huh. Can I look around, see if there's anything that she used to do so, or if this was someone else?
It was definitely somebody else. And
Okay.
Anna is missing.
That's not good. Time to search.
We go to the weird closet that had the body before.
Wait, what? Wait, where is that?
Is
Here?
that still the same one that me and Remy found before in there?
Yep, it's the same body.
Okay. A little
Hold on,
worrisome.
I'm trying to look for. I don't know where you guys are. Oh, in here.
You can open up this one if you want to.
This is a door right here?
Yep.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I cracked that puppy open with a fierceness.
It's a remnant of a body in there.
Little cold.
I inspect. I want to inspect both corpses, see if there's like literally any clue as to who, what happened, like who they are, what happened, why
so
they're in there.
When you come back through here and you're kind of going through here, you notice there's
Okay.
maybe some fresh scuff marks. So
Is that the exit?
there's a something back there. Yeah, you can. There's a door there.
I do open it. Is that a boat? I go through. It's a boat or a wagon.
It's like a raft.
Okay.
Like it's been used?
I yell out to the others, "Hey guys, there's a boat here." Huh.
Mm.
Oh, I also want to go back and search Ollie, make sure that we didn't miss anything. Like, I see that there's like cabinets in here.
You look through it and it's personal effects and things.
Okay. I inspect Ollie's corpse like for like maybe any notes or anything, any clues.
Nothing that you see. I mean, it's pretty sparse.
Okay, then I just do common courtesy, put like a bed sheet over their body, cover it
Okay.
up.
Scars, you thinking about something?
Yeah. How's this boat tied up?
It's just got one like piece of rope that's kind of wrapped loosely around a post there. This water's not moving swiftly.
Okay. Inside this little boat, what do we have?
It looks like it's maybe used to transport some stuff. You can see like remnant of some seeds and other things. Plant stuff. Looks like maybe she was using it to bring, haul in some of her food supplies.
I'm gonna do another pass, see if we missed any other doors.
That grate, can it be opened?
Yeah, there's it's just like a drain. It's like it's like in a garage where you pull it open and there's just drain, like 4-inch pipe leading out where it drains.
I want to test the roof here at the stairs, like see if it's like a secret trapdoor or anything.
Where at now? I'm sorry.
The stairs that you said were yeah.
Oh,
There.
okay, yeah. You're checking that? Yeah, it's solid. It's nobody could have snuck in there.
Okay. Huh. So wait, was there like nothing on the corpses in here, in like the furnace-like things or whatever they are?
No
identifying.
No. I mean, it's burnt up. So.
Oh, fair. I was thinking like jewelry or anything.
No.
Okay.
At the front entrance, does there seem to be any sign of like a forced entry or anything?
No, in fact, it's well secured.
What about foot traffic heading in or out, as far as
Mm.
like in the dirt and whatnot?
No.
I understand there'd be quite a bit with us being there, so. Well, they had to come in through here.
How many people can fit on this boat at a time? Is it big enough for all of us?
No, some of you'll have to walk alongside it or swim.
Ah, shit. All right, I'll get stinky shoes. Plop. How deep is it?
If you kind of stick a stick in it, it's about waist deep.
About waist deep. Can I? Do we have somebody that would be able to tell if this is like toxic, rot, or something like that that would be dangerous?
Yeah, your stalker.
Hey, stalker. Can I wade in this and not be damaged?
Not be dead.
Yeah.
Is this gonna kill me? Is this gonna give me a significant limp when I'm done?
Can I keep my legs?
Lots of talks about legs.
No offense, Thorn. I'm sorry.
So you got an extra success there. Yeah, that's not gonna have any rot in it. You're good.
All right.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's gonna be stinky, but there's no rot.
Oh boy.
It's a sewer.
Wait, is it
That's
again a
not
sewer?
working in-
Can we not be in a sewer?
It's not really a sewer. It's a aquifer.
Sewer. That's what it is.
It's an aquifer.
That's your highfalutin name for a sewer, is what you're telling me.
You know, the best thing about not having working legs is that I can't really go in there because the splints might fall apart as I'm walking. That's going to be my reasoning for being on the raft. I'm on the raft.
Okay,
All
or
right.
we can use the raft.
Which way we headed up?
Does this raft look like it's been used recently?
That's
does
kind of
that
hard.
like
That would be kind of hard
That'd
to
be
tell.
really hard to tell.
Well, I guess the next question, better question, does it have dust on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's got not significant amounts where you can see where people have stepped and stuff like that. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, but yeah, the water's splashing on it and stuff. That's just not. You're not going to be able to determine whether or not it was used recently.
There's no like, is there like a footpath in here or anything?
Oh, along the sides?
Yeah. Or is this purely like a waterway?
No, you kind of have to. I mean, it sort of curves down into the middle, so you can step. You can stay along the side. It's a little slick. You got to be careful not to slide down into the middle, but you can keep it like knee deep by walking along the edge.
Seeing as how I'm the only person here with an unusual foot structure, and hooves are not great with this, let's opt to stay on the raft. So I guess I'll be commandeering said raft since our other needs yeah.
All right. Their stalker. Which way should we go? Right or left?
Presumably, you said the water was fairly still, right?
Yeah.
Is it completely stagnant?
No, it's not completely stagnant. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, it's you can tell it's flowing to the right. Let's put it that way. But it's it's like if you dropped a piece of paper in it, it's
It'll
not like it's
float
going to outrun you.
lightly,
Yeah, it's not going to outrun you.
So let's see here. If someone came in through here, That means there's an opening, but they left their boat, which tells me that they're probably coming back for it, which tells me if we're looking for this person, you probably want to go the same direction the water is going. Because imagine if they took the boat to get in here, they're probably going to want to take the boat to leave.
That's a really good point that I didn't think about. How? Maybe they just didn't take the boat at all. Maybe this is some. Ooh, oh man, you got me spooked about the spiders now because they might not even. The boat would be unnecessary. They'd be crawling in here.
If it were spiders, I'm pretty sure it would have taken more of us. Also, spiders don't curb stomp people. Fairly
That's
sure.
true. This is why we keep you, Remy.
Thank you.
Okay, just give me a direction. I'll keep putting my face on the line, I guess.
Means we're headed right then. That's where the water's going.
Okay. Headed right. Trying to get something loaded here. There it goes. Man, that took forever.
Oh, for the rest bit, would we still be commandeering food from? We dip that out of ours.
No, she fed you completely
I
and
meant
totally.
like, restoring the strength bit now that a rest is completed.
Oh yeah. You would be full up on everything at this point.
Okay.
Very very easily. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So you're headed right. Now, is there anybody walking? I need to know that.
I am not on the boat.
I think that means Skarsgård and you aren't on the boat, because I think it's just Thorn and Remy on the boat. Does that sound right?
Oh, and I guess the temporary NPCs would be off the boat as well.
Yeah, they'd probably have to be. So, you follow this for a ways, and it kind of opens up into a chamber, okay? And yeah, let me get back to. I'm on the. I've got two screens up because I've got the one recording session screen, and then I've got my GM screen, and I'm like trying to click on the wrong one. I'm like, why is this not working? Why is this not letting me go? I should be able to do that. Why is it not letting me? It's because you're on the wrong screen, dummy. So I'm going to grab you here. And so this, as you're following this kind of waterway, it sort of opens up into a kind of a cavernous little thing. And there's the light that you're getting is like phosphorescent, because as you move away from the bunker, it starts to get pitch black. So unless you want to light a torch, I need to know that you're kind of going along, and it's the that glowy stuff that is on the walls.
Phosphorescent.
Thank you, phosphorescent. Like mold is what's actually kind of allowing you to see.
Well, actually, I think it would be bioluminescent if it's mold.
Okay, whatever it's glowy stuff on the sides of the wall.
There you go. Okay.
Anyway, and it kind of opens up, and you can, as your eyes have been adjusting and stuff, you're looking and you're kind of squinting as you're kind of going into this larger chamber here, and you're thinking, that looks like that might be steps. And you're like, I'm pretty sure that's steps. Do you want to go to the steps is my next question.
Imagine This one has something otherwise. Yes.
Okay, so you're going to head up to the steps. And that's what you see.
Do I have to get my punch card out again?
Well,
I keep it on hand, or just as an aside.
this is fun. I can kind of see. Still dark, but uh, this is
Creepy. I know.
Do I
That's
smell
why
anything
he made
unusual?
it that way.
Do I smell anything unusual?
Give me a scout roll.
Am I supposed to be able to see like most of this background just faded?
Yeah, it's the low light from the bioluminescent whatever.
Okay, got you. Just making sure.
So you take a good couple of sniffs, and it's smells like being
Teen
out in the
spirit.
kind of out in the forest, you know. Teen spirit. I just called that. Smells, you know, like kind of forestry, like dirt and earthy. Yeah. And I think you've still got a torch if you want.
Yeah, I've got one on me. I'll light it.
Okay.
Definitely have to spend some time making some more next time we're out and about, though. Using them like candy.
Gotta make sure everybody can move it. I always forget that. There we go.
So, in the distance there, how clearly can we see these figures? These fellas.
Not real well.
Right.
Let me dump into your character here real quick and just see. Yeah, you can kind of see him through the haze and stuff.
Because that looks a bit like Ollie, and then somebody else.
Well, it is. That is Ollie. You're close enough now to see, Remy, that that's Ollie. And as you notice, there's Anna also. And as you kind of approach and the light hits, these roots sort of are moving, you notice.
Mm.
And that's what we'll stop for tonight.
Oh boy.
Doing.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans, I say. I'm gonna love when Anna's able to.
Hey, so I'm gonna make copies of this punch card to pass out around the group. So I can't be the only one.
We need to make some sort of bingo too. It could be like an extra EXP point if you get the bingo during the game.
Oh, well, let's talk about XP, because I don't want to miss that. Thank you for joining us for another episode. We look forward to seeing you next time on Mutant Year Zero.